obviously there's a death factor. Okay? Populations are impinged upon by others. So, I mentioned survival curves. Here are the three rough possibilities. So, if we look at humans, I already mentioned this earlier, right? We're assuming number of survivors, and this is a log arranged graph to make it easy. These are the three different possible survival curves. So the one for the human there indicates that of 1,000 individuals originally born, most of those will still be alive, okay, at half of the intended lifespan. So this is percentages of the maximum lifespan, just to equalise things accordingly rather than years. Okay? And what you see is the majority of humans get to about maybe 60% of the maximum lifespan. Okay? And then mortality rate begins to increase and it increases ever faster. Okay? So what it means, if you've already reached 90% of the maximum lifespan of a human, your chances of dying are very great. Okay? Now, if you look at something like a squirrel, they show type 2 generally, and what that straight line indicates is your chance of mortality, your chance of dying as a squirrel, is largely equal throughout your life. So you stand an equal chance of dying when you're 1 as you do when you're 10. Okay, if you're a squirrel. Most squirrels don't live that way. Okay? And then last of all, if we think of all of those animals that have little parental care and they produce an enormous number of offspring, okay, which is basically virtually every